What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Job Board Talk. MeeBoss is a new chat-based hiring platform. It's launching to help laid off tech workers find new roles at AI startups. MeeBoss co-founders Forrest Fisher and Susanna New join me now to talk about their new job search startup. Hey guys, welcome.
Hi, Chris. Great to be here.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
see you.
having us.
Nice to
Yeah.
have you. So talk to us about the origin story of MeeBoss. What started it all, and how did you guys meet as co-founders as well?
Well, yeah, Susanna and I met about 2 years ago. I think we both have a really interesting winding path through technology in our careers. In many ways, we were two founders matched together, which is an important part of what we've created in MeBoss. I think we both had our backgrounds definitely touch entrepreneurship. I've always been driven by technology and service to people. So, better ways that we can use tech to be connected, build communities, build great experiences out in the world. And so that spirit certainly shone through when I met Susanna. We were also, really kind of studying the marketplace and hiring in particular in terms of where would be a great place to start the company. And Seattle, met all that criteria. So it's a really great combination of elite talent here in the U.S. Seattle is consistently in the top five, if not arguably top three in terms of technical and non-technical talent, and with the proliferation of AI companies here, as well as big tech in our backyard, we really felt this was a great place to set roots for the company. Susanna and I, yeah, have quickly kind of built the platform with a great team now formed around MeBoss. We're located, our headquarters here in Bellevue, Washington, and really doing a lot to get embedded with the community here, really taking shape in terms of how we educate, job seekers and how provide better tools for them, as well as startups and founders who are looking to build their dream teams. Susanna, how would you reflect on our beginnings?
Yeah, so actually we met as far as that 2 years before, and when I'm thinking to build a platform together, I always want to find a co-founders has a different skill set as mine. So as I just said, I'm more on the marketing, sales backgrounds. So I'm seeking to find a very experienced founders can be good at like product technical part. So me and Forrest, we met each other's, and he live in Seattle for many years, and Seattle is a great place for the tech talents in the U.S. I said, we are product first companies. We believe good products will drive the company growth. So let's stay in Seattle and focus on the product technologies. Yeah, that's here we are. Yeah.
Nice. So when did you guys go live, and how did you start seeding the platform, with seekers on there? Give me some sense of how that worked.
So our platform is actually what we call marketplace. So it's to B and to C the same time. So it's people always say it's chicken and egg problems. So we cannot just have one-sided user in the beginning. So we're working on the C side, the B side in the same time. Yeah.
Forrest, what were some of the initial things you did though to get like, let's start with the seekers first. Like, how'd you get the word out? Like, what did you do there? Give me some tactics you used.
Yeah, we've certainly early phase, we needed to get, B side and as well as the seeker side on the platform. A big part of our strategy and that we continue to invest in is being out there on the ground. And so early days, we literally were walking into events in the ecosystem here, going to hackathons where you'll have a room, of literally 50, 100 or more engineers or even people shifting in their careers, starting to learn new technologies. They're out there in the marketplace. We introduced MeBoss as, a new way of finding those opportunities. And we literally sit there and sign people up on the spot. We continued to do that. I think a mix of that on the ground then became online as we started to grow more roles. The chicken and the egg problem definitely shows us in our experience that if you have great talent on the platform and then bring the right roles around that talent, you drive even more. You can target more job seekers to the roles. And so we work both sides, but early on, I think being out there, on the ground, meeting people, was very important. And I think a part of that is just building trust, right? A lot of trust has been broken in the hiring process, in the job market itself. And so we're new. I realized nobody knew who MeeBoss was. So we leverage our relationships, leverage kind of our strong belief in terms of what we're building. And I think that really drew an audience in early.
Yep. And now, are you still kind of Seattle focused? Have you branched out further as far as location goes? Give me a sense of the regions you're serving right now.
Well, we definitely being here, we're, I think, always going to be, doing great things in our own backyard. And we have even more, have had a tremendous first year of growth, but even more that we can do in Seattle, surrounding areas, and in Washington State. That said, we have started to branch out. So I think we have a really strong presence kind of building on the West Coast as well as job seekers and companies coast to coast. But really, I think that's, because we're here on the ground building that trust, as I mentioned, early phase has definitely, been a little easier to do here in Seattle. And now we're able to branch out based on the capabilities of the platform that have grown. We're really product focused, and so all that customer feedback we've had this year has had a great impact in terms of the new features that we put into the platform, and that makes it easier to, reach audiences and customers outside of Seattle.
It's meeboss.com for the viewers out there. Susanna, where'd the name come from?
That's a very good question. Actually, a lot of people ask me. So our platform, as you, maybe you guys know a little bit, that is chat first platform. So we want the hiring manager and the job seeker, they can chatting instantly after they got matched. So my concept is I want people just meet the boss first instead of just applying and waiting while in the hiring process. So my first idea actually is about meet boss.
Ah,
Pronunciation wise, it's a little bit harder for people to pronounce meat boss.
mm-hmm.
Uh, so and I love cat. So I said, why not just take off the T? It's like a me boss, and the me
I
is
like it.
very
Yeah, I
cute.
mean, no, as
Yeah.
soon as you said that, it makes sense, meeboss.com is the URL. So, okay, so if I hit this message button right here, what happens? Like, walk me through that user experience.
Yeah, so we're different than other platforms. I'll taking kind of just a quick step back.
Yeah, there's no apply
Primarily,
here, right? There's
yeah, there's no apply button.
okay.
Our premise is conversations are more valuable than applications. That especially resonates true for, I think, startups and smaller teams that are still growing and building their business. We have really, in this case, it says message, which that is the action that you would take to initiate a conversation directly with the founder or the hiring manager on the other side. We've eliminated the obstacles that exist out there on other platforms that are really disconnecting people. We're bringing that connection forward. The two people that should be talking can now start that conversation on MeBoss with no friction at all. And so you do have to register and sign in. Both sides are essentially creating a profile. You can think of it as preferences in terms of what they're looking for, what they're building, what they've done in their career. We do collect resumes and job descriptions as well. All of that goes into our job matching. So we're not a job board where you search, right? People come to me,
Mhm.
boss, they're like, where's the search bar? It's like, that's not how this works. We're an ecosystem where you set up your profiles, you set up your jobs, and then our platform's going to match you. And so after that registration process, you'll get instant top match roles on the candidate side. And on the founder and hiring side, we're making it really easy by shortlisting top match candidates that are matched to those roles. Either side at that point can initiate a chat, and the chat is apply. That is your application because that conversation is going to carry that process forward. And really, what that puts the focus on is that fit between those two parties, right? The opportunity that's on the table now becomes a conversation around how do we work together? What skills do we bring to the table? And really turns into a more collaborative first stage rather than a black hole of just applications and resumes stacking up.
Mhm.
And so what you're seeing here are a list of most recent jobs posted. Companies, you can see we have a mix of a lot of technical roles. That was kind of part of our first wave on MeeBoss. Definitely engineering, AI engineers, founding CTOs, as well as co-founders. And the second wave has emerged, which are kind of the go-to-market roles. And that's everything. If you think of the pattern of a team at an early stage, we really can service all of those positions. And, our goal is to grow with these startups from those very first hires to their first 5, 10, 20, and beyond. So we can build that talent pool and continue matching as they're growing.
Yep. How do you make money?
So we're currently building our ecosystem. So we're offering free on both sides. Job seekers can set up a profile and match roles. The company side can also post roles. So we do support startups and it's free for them to post roles. We will be building a revenue model next year, which will charge on the employer side. But we're already, anticipating that's going to be very affordable and making it more feasible for startups to work with a platform like us, keeping um, that matching and that chat in focus as the value behind that price.
Looking at your site here, I'm just curious. You're kind of very, if I'm looking at the messaging on here, it's sort of generic almost. It's not really talking about tech talent or AI. Is that purpose or purposeful, or what's the reasoning behind that? Because it sounds like you're more of a niche play at this point.
So yeah, we have roles outside of AI. I think AI is really infused in everybody's not only life now, but as we look at the talent in the market and talk to even universities as well, that fresh talent is coming into the market. Those AI tools, those AI experiences are becoming a must-have. That's finding its way into different roles. I think what we're trying to service are all the different kind of disciplines that sit at that table for that early startup. So you're seeing roles that are a mix of technical and non-technical. I think we refer to them as the go-to-market roles are becoming even more critical as those companies are not only building platforms, but then looking to grow and scale those to customers and into the market. And so I think our niche has, really found us in the startup community, but there's a variety of roles there that they're looking to grow with.
Yep. Where is like what areas of the product do you have AI embedded in there? Is there a message? Is there like a messaging platform that helps me write my message to that recruiter, or give me some sense of how you guys are leveraging AI?
Yes, we do have leverage AI for sure. Right now it's the arrow that's all the AI tools is coming up. But we fundamental principles we believe human to humans connections. On the messaging part, we still don't allow the AI chatbot to help you reply message. That's never gonna happen in our platforms. But the AIs can help you make your messages become a better version of expressions ways, more like a chat GPTs. You give the prompt to help you to write a better words. That's how we use the chatbot AI features in our platform right now. Yeah. We don't want to use the AI chatbot to help you reply the message or to talk with the candidate job candidates directly. We still encourage this is hiring process should be real human with real human. It should be the real conversations.
So what happens when on the employer side when they get a message? Like is it just an email or an alert, or how does that work?
I do you want me to show you a share screen on my side
Sure,
about?
yeah. Can you show us like the back end a bit for the employer side?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
cool.
on the employer side. Yes. So this is like I'm the employers. I have a bunch of role to hiring. So this is the jobs I posted. For example, there's product manager roles. I'm hiring this descriptions. And then I have daily focuses. So based on the role I posted, the platform recommend me 10 like top match candidates every day. And I can, if I don't like it, I don't have to move forward. But if I like it, I can just simply reply the messages. It's it's kind of like dating app. You can just start to when you get matched, you can talk with the peoples. Yeah.
Yeah.
And after there's like the conversations are already being through, I can also ask resumes and we can exchange emails. I also can request the interviews. So the whole process is very seamless and very effective. You don't have to wait for an email reply in like a month or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's a very human process, like me.
Or to never get a reply,
Yes.
right?
Right, right, right.
Also have like group chat functions. So you and the founders, I and my HRs can bring the candidates into the group chat, and so we can both talk with the candidates to schedule for the next process. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely helps this resume a black hole too that everyone feels out there because at this point, and I've
Yeah.
seen a couple other examples like this where you basically there was one for working moms and it was kind of
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
it was from Minnesota. I can't think of the name of the site, but they were just it was like lead generation. They would connect that person to the company hiring for it. It wasn't an apply or anything. So I think there's value to that from the seeker side for that.
Yeah, I think
Makes
it
it more
works
human.
on both sides really well. I mean, one of the hardest things right now is that a lot of major platforms, a lot of those are just so loud and overwhelming that people are not connecting. And our platform, as you can see here, is really predicated on that conversation and that feedback, the right people talking. The response rate on like LinkedIn, Indeed, some of the primary ones, is less than 5%. That means 95% of the time you're not actually interacting with a real person. And in this case, on MeeBoss, we're already 10, 20x of that in an early stage, meaning you're getting great feedback in the process. And even if you're not a right fit on the candidate side, there's an appreciation for making that connection, having a valuable chat, and being able to then plug that feedback back into your job search strategy versus the silence, right? The silence can actually be louder than the rejection is what we kind of hear.
Yeah.
And we understand, applying to hundreds of jobs literally and not hearing back is a defeating process. A lot of the seaside candidates feel like they're broken, but in reality, it's the process that's broken. And so we feel building this ecosystem, real people, real opportunities, real hiring managers having conversations is creating that not only better fit to move those candidates forward into the hiring, but even the ones that aren't moving forward or at least getting something of value back and making that connection.
Yeah. Now, the one problem I do see with this though is just scaling it to an enterprise level client. Like, Amazon's not going to sit there with a bunch of recruiters and answer messages all day. So is that not will that ever be your focus? Is that kind of what you're trying to go after here?
Yes, definitely. Maybe a couple years later will be our focus. Um, I think we want to creating whole new behaviors for hiring. So when you start to educate um, a new product to the group of peoples, it take times for the awareness and educations. So we come to the SMB first. For the big corporations, definitely it's our target, but not right now. Yeah, it's our pipelines.
Give me a quick success story. What comes to mind?
Yeah, well, one of my favorite, and you will see we have testimonials now as well, and the team's producing some really amazing content to tell these stories. One that I think really kind of exemplifies the matching and as well as the speed, the efficiency that MeBoss represents. A startup here in Seattle, Sinvia, the the founder was able to fill a CTO role in 10 days. So not only is that, I think the average right now is over 45 to 50 days time to hire. So not only speed, but I think that one of the fascinating parts of that story is that the candidate wasn't looking for CTO, right? So much of the traditional process is I'm going to go search for a role, and it's
Mhm.
baked around, job titles and keywords on a resume. That is set aside. When we matched this candidate to roles, CTO was one of the matches that we showed. And so I think we're tapping into the ability for um, skill transfer for candidates and job seekers to kind of expand into adjacent roles, right? We're not in the siloed lanes anymore, right? And in this case, that CTO role, the candidate had the qualifications that the startup was looking for. They started a conversation on the platform, which led to a very quick hire. I think people are the best judge of people, and that's just an example of you know it when you find it, right? If there's the vibe check and there's the passion there, both sides, like dating, are going to spend probably more time together in the startup world sometimes than your own family, right? It's critical that that fit is there and that connection is strong to kind of weather that storm and those early stages of the startup growth. And so that was a really good success example. We've got founders now, telling their story as well as candidates sharing with us how meaningful MeeBoss has been in taking that next step in their career.
Yep.
I really want to point one thing that the very different things we identify job seeker and the hiring manager on platform. It's every users you can not only be the hiring manager, at the same time you can be the job seekers. Because so that's I think how the story Forrest
Mhm.
telling us as about so he was a founders, but you also have the access to be a job seeker to see what's on the market. So he also see, okay, there's some similar company, they are hiring as well. So that's how about his opportunities. And then he started talking with other founders and then they've been working out. Because we feel like job seekers and hiring manager, they should be the equal positions. Most of platform is more weighted to the hiring managers. And I think everyone, no matter you are boss today or you are employee tomorrow's you still you. You should know what happens in the market. We give you this equal opportunity to look at the market no matter from which side. Yeah.
Very good. What has surprised you guys about just starting a marketplace here in this economy and that kind of stuff? Since you started, has anything, what comes to mind there when it comes to something you didn't think of going into this?
Aha moments.
Um, I would say that right now the economy definitely is not as we expected. I would say that for sure. Especially right now, it's more layoff happening.
Yeah, which
Um,
gives you a chance to really target more seekers or just getting them onto the platform, right? That's one benefit of worser economy, I guess.
Yes, and but the thing is, at the same time that all the companies they cut their headcounts as well, so it's quite difficult for the whole hiring industries. I would say that, but that's also give us the opportunities that um to have the like daily focus top talents. So all the talents, they all like 95 of not, they are all good at like a 99 score, but how can you differentiate like 10 of the 99 scores of candidates? Then I think right now it's also the opportunities for job seekers to develop their soft skills. Because everyone has basically similar hard skills right now. It's hard to differentiate yourself. And then there is more things hiring manager will care about is for the soft skills and give us more opportunity to learn about job seekers, how to help them uh, to grow and to skill up their resumes and their self as a whole package. Yeah.
Gotcha. Are you guys funded yet? What's your status there?
Yes, we be private funded. We're pretty lucky. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I had my connection from investors for my past two companies. Yeah, so we are financially very, I would say that in a good stage right now. Yeah.
Yep. And of course, what do you have planned coming up? Anything new? New features, releases?
Yeah, we just released this week. Susanna mentioned our daily focus. So we level the playing field in MeeBoss. It's important that we're giving both sides equal opportunity to match and connect around those top opportunities. We tend to build, learn on one side and then carry that over to the other. So we had daily focus for employers for the past few weeks, and now this week we are launching that to the seaside. So that way, both sides are going to be even more efficient with MeeBoss. We kind of think in the terms of minutes per day on MeeBoss. Of course, you can spend longer there, but daily focus is really promoting the idea that here's the most important task that you can do to move the process forward. So we're giving either ways that you can enrich, tips and tricks to enrich your preferences or make your candidate matches even better. We're also, of course, making sure keeping those conversations going. So making it quick and easy to focus on that, as well as then other opportunities, for additional roles or events that we're doing in the marketplace. So the daily focus is a really exciting feature that we have, and we're of course constantly getting product feedback from the companies and customers that we work with. And so I think there's just more integration coming to um, be able to focus on top matches, top opportunities. We quickly summarize why are we showing you these things? Now we have these feedback loops. If you're interested or not, the more you use MeeBoss, the better it works for you. And so that's really what we have coming up is just really kind of doubling down on that feedback loop to make sure people are having the most important opportunities and conversations in front of them.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to what's next for you guys, Forrest and Susanna. Thanks for joining us here on Job Board Secrets.
Thanks for having us,
Thank
Chris.
you.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.